My name is Rico, the Dungeon Master for Season 3, the restoration of the 12 Olympians. This season, we'll find our heroes traveling back to the lands of Eris and Enyo within Harmonia, as they adventure through and see what they have accomplished and completed by restoring the 3 fabled relics, the Sickle of Kronos, the Golden Apple of Discord, and the Robe and Necklace of Harmonia. We'll start with Deborah.
I am Deborah, and I am playing a human rogue named Neith. Her name is Neith.
And I'm Matt, playing a dragonborn monk named Ari Futan.
And I'm Daphne, and I play Gilcyra Venfire, who is a halfling druid.
And my name is Rico. I am the Dungeon Master for Season 3 of the campaign. You got a diary?
Deborah's diary.
Right. Today, the diary says Gilcyra talks to Perry. No one else wants to go. Neith commissions arrows. Birdie the Bastard has a strong aura.
Birdie?
Bindi the Bastard. It looks like Birdie with my handwriting going on here.
Bindy's baubles.
Birdie the Bastard.
She was the shit.
The party buys baubles at Bindy's.
There we go. Nice.
Gilcyra talks with the tree, Oakley. Ari got some awesome stuff. Magic mushrooms, never-ending water skin, a compass, ambulance, and they bought some bags of holding.
Dog. So much good shit at Bindy's.
That's it. That was the whole thing.
I'm going to be friends with Bindy.
You guys have a portal back to Bindy's now also.
That's right.
That is awesome. I got to remember that, for real. We got.
Oh, and that's
well,
not too far from the
Gilcyra
armor.
needs to remember that really more than anybody else.
Gilcyra, remember that you made a badass portal to Bindy's who's awesome. She's awesome. We got to remember to go visit her. You know, not as much as possible, but, you know, every once in a while,
with a portal,
for sure.
you can always get to Bindy's.
We can always get to Bindy's and hang out with Bindy if she's not asleep, which she always will be. But we'll wake her ass up.
She will just nod off and go to sleep.
Like, yo, Bindy.
It's old, man.
Yo, Bindy.
She's like 400 years old.
Hey, yo, Bindy. Wake up. Let's go drinking.
So you guys have lunch at Eris's. We're not going to waste a lot of time with what type of food is there. It's whatever fucking food you want.
Delicious.
The other 3 empty water skins, were you going to fill those with ambrosia?
There were 4 empty water skins that I filled with ambrosia.
There's 4 empty water skins from the hunter shop. Yep, that's right.
I sure did. I do that thing. I fill them up because now I have a never-ending water skin for actual water.
Yep, the water is always cold, it never goes stale, and it is forever refilling.
I am living my best fantasy life because in Death March, he has a water bag that automatically fills up water. It's the best.
And now you have one.
I do. I'm just trying to live my isekai life.
Well, I'm happy I can help accommodate that.
Happy that you are accommodating this because I am living my dream right now.
See, D&D is fun.
Yeah, I'm picking up stuff from isekais and I'm making it happen in the game.
I'm all about the story in D&D. The mechanics are fine, but the story is what really fucking matters.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
So you guys know
Fortune favors the bold.
that after
Other
lunch,
bullshit sayings.
you are a 45-minute walk from the Barbarians once you get out the gates of the city. So Eris will let you guys eat and get your fill, and she will wish you luck on your adventure.
Eris, high five.
And then she high-fives you.
Beautiful.
Like she walks over and high-fives you.
Thanks, Eris.
Thank you, Eris.
Thanks, Eris. I do a little curtsy.
Thanks for
Best
that.
of luck to you guys.
Thank you.
If you don't come back, I'll assume you're dead.
Excellent.
And I will fuse your essences into the Royal Hunting Grounds.
Excellent. I do that same thing when I don't see people. I assume they're dead.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I love that.
Yeah, just my brother is dead until I see him.
Yeah.
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 I just kind of roll my eyes.
But yeah, just so you know.
I'm just
if
making
you
friends with everyone.
do die in the forest, Hades isn't going to be able to save you.
What?
Your souls will soak into the land and your essences will fuel my Royal Hunting Grounds.
That's good to know. Thank you for that warning. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm now going to live my life more carefully.
You guys smell like Hecate. Did you go to Bindy's?
Yes.
Mhm.
I love her so much.
She's great, isn't she?
She's the best.
She's fun. She's doing a lot of sleeping right now.
Yeah, well, she's 400 years old.
Yeah.
and she is just a human.
Yeah, but she's awesome.
Magic is what's keeping her alive. Well, that and Hecate.
She's good at it. Good
She
at that
is.
magic.
Probably the best.
I got a never-ending water bag from her.
Really? She's still selling those?
Yeah, she
Nice.
seems to enjoy making them.
She does.
I'm getting kind of nervous about dying in the forest now.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah,
Hey, Neve, did you say that you went to the Paladin Guild Hall? Did you
Yeah.
did you see Pan by chance?
I did. He was busy with Martel.
Did you ask him
Oh,
if
banging?
he want to join us?
I mean, they
I feel
seem
like
very weirdly manly thing. I mean, if you want to go and ask him, yeah,
They
go
were
for
talking.
it. I didn't want to get in between what was happening.
Oh, okay.
But, they're probably done by now.
Yeah, I feel
Now
like
that we've
I
had
feel
lunch.
like we could use Pan's help on this.
All right.
I just run to the Paladin Guild's Hall because I'm just feeling pumped and I'm nervous and I have a big
And
adrenaline
you
rush.
get there, the door is open. You you see a group of paladins in a big circle around a table at the end of the Paladin Guild Hall. And you can hear Martel roaring, and you can hear Pan's lion roar, and it appears that there are bets being placed on who's going to win whatever the hell they're doing. You can't see through all of the plate-mailed big motherfuckers because you are tiny. But yeah, there is...
You are tiny.
There are cheers and loud roars, Dragonborn roars, and Pan's lion roar.
I'd
Okay.
definitely go with Jelly if she's
then
going there.
you,
Well-
you see and hear all the same thing.
I've always wanted a chance to use this. I use my potion of commanding voice.
Ooh, okay.
I just drink it, and I'm like, Pan.
And then everybody stops, and they turn around, look at you all slack-jawed, and they were like, holy shit. And then Pan and Martel look at you, and they're like, what the fuck was that?
Oh, it was me, Jelly.
Yeah, no, we know, but what was that?
Oh, I had a potion of commanding voice. I thought it was the only way to get your attention.
Oh,
break
well,
through,
it
you know.
certainly worked. You have our full undivided attention.
Martel! Hey!
Ari! Hey! And then Martel gets up and he fucking flips the table backwards. It smashes against the wall. Pan leans back in his chair so he doesn't get hit in the jaw with the table. And Martel pushes other paladins out of the way and he comes over to you and he gives you a big, huge hug.
Thanks, buddy.
What brings you to the guild? And he's talking to you, but he's looking at you. You have his undivided attention.
So I'm sure you've heard that we're gonna go hunt the hind in the royal hunting grounds.
No.
Oh.
I had not heard that.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what we're
I'm
gonna
sure
do.
you heard a thing. There's no way you have heard.
Well, that's what we're gonna do.
Oh, yeah?
And I'm kind of scared because I just found out that if we die, Hades isn't gonna be able to resurrect us, and we're gonna.
And then Martel turns around to the fireplace and he yells into it. And he says, hey, Hades, you fuck. And then Hades materializes out through the fireplace and they're filing their nails
Thanks.
with Taco's jawbone.
Nice.
You know it's a dragonborn jawbone. Martel knows it's a dragonborn jawbone. Pan knows it's a dragonborn jawbone. And Hades is there filing their nails with Taco's jawbone, and you can see the sharp dragonborn teeth. And Hades says, yeah, what do you need? And Martel says, if they die in the forest, you don't get them? And Hades is like, the royal hunting grounds? Martel's like, yeah, the royal hunting grounds. What other hunting grounds? And Hades is like, there's the Elysian Fields. There's my hunting grounds. There's the royal hunting grounds. There's the Amazon's hunting grounds. There's the hunting grounds out at Kronos' place. There's a lot of hunting grounds, Martel. Which one are you talking about? Martel's like, ooh. Yeah, the royal hunting grounds. And then Hades blows on their nails. And they throw Taco's jawbone into the fire. It poofs into black-purple flame. And then Hades is like, yeah, I have no control over the royal hunting grounds. If you die there, those royal hunting grounds absorb your essence. Their soul and body and all. Your body becomes fertilizer for the plants, and your souls feel the magic in that place. I can't help you.
Cool.
Well, that's kind of what I'm scared of. So I was wondering if you or Pan may want to join us.
And then Pan jumps up out of his chair and kicks it back really hard. It smashes against the wall. Yeah.
Oh, good.
I'd love to go.
Yeah,
okay.
buddy.
Okay.
And Martel's like, I also want to go. And Pan looks at Martel. Martel looks at Pan. Their eyes meet. You know how in anime, when two characters' eyes meet, and there's like this flash and the crazy symbols, that you could almost picture that in your mind. It looks like there's going to be a battle of wills or wits or something.
Hey, guys, you can both come.
I mean, you guys can both go, yeah.
Hey, have you had this jerky from the hunting place? And I take out some jerky and hand it to them both.
And you go to hand it to them, and Karga runs down your arm and snatches it both up.
Karga, I got plenty, man.
And then he runs back up your arm, back under your hood, and Pan's like, that looks familiar.
Yeah, no, that was little dragon dude who was there at the
pool where they tried to sacrifice me?
Yes.
He's friendly?
Yeah, he's my friend. He likes you too.
You named him?
Yeah, I named him Karga.
Huh.
Hey, Karga, get back out here.
And then Karga gets back out. He's chewing on jerky.
And in
one
Draconic,
cheek
I'm
is
like,
full, and the other one, he's gnawing on it. Nom, 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 nom.
hey, look, it's Pan.
And then Karga looks over
He gave you jerky before.
at Pan and then runs all the way down your arm and jumps off of your shoulder and kind of glides in the air like a flying squirrel.
Yeah, no.
And then lands on Pan's chest plate and then like starts licking his face with his tiny little forked dragon tongue. And Pan like wraps his arms around him and starts to pet him and cuddle him. Oh man, you saved him.
Yeah.
I always wonder what happened to him.
He's the best. He's fun.
And then Karga starts talking to Pan in Draconic, and Pan, can speak Draconic. So they're having a conversation in Draconic, and Martel, now seeing Pan distracted by the dragon, starts to grab his stuff and inch towards the door, thinking he's going to just sneak out and go on this adventure. And as he starts to make his way towards the door, you see a table leg fly at Martel, and it hits him in the back. And then Pan puts Karga down on the ground. He says, hey, these guys are my friends, and if anybody's going, I'm going. And then Martel says, I'll arm wrestle you for it.
Guys, you can both come.
I'm just like, I don't care who comes. I just want at least one of you.
Well, somebody has to stay here at the guild hall.
Ah, yeah, I think you should arm wrestle for it then. Karga.
All right, we'll arm wrestle for it. And then they pick up the table that was half broken and shattered against the wall. It's got 3 stable legs. One leg is broken in half, so the table is not very stable.
Yeah.
It's wobbly and shaky. And then they go to have an arm wrestling match.
Taking all bets. Taking all bets.
Oh, and paladins come up to you and they start placing bets. Like, I'll put 20 on Pan, and another's like, I'll put 40 on Martel.
It's even odds. Even odds.
And so you could probably get about a couple hundred gold worth of bets. They just trust that you'll pay out those bets should, somebody win.
Yeah, I mean, it's even odds, so it's all good.
And
I mean, you're going to have to do the math who betted on who now.
Martel and Pan
betting
proceed
works.
to have an arm wrestling match. Huh. And Pan wins by 2, 11
Nice.
to 9.
Wow.
And yeah, wow. I just rolled the dice. Pan rolled an 11, Martel rolled a 9.
How do you figure those bets went? Was it even?
It was split even. Yeah.
Okay, so I pay out the
100 gold is going to go to those that bet on nope. It's all going to go to those who bet on Pan because that's how bets work.
Yeah, so whoever betted on Martel, that money is going
To those that bet on Pan.
plus a little for me.
Yeah, plus the VIG. You can
VIG.
keep 20 for yourself.
Yeah.
20 gold for yourself.
Good job, everyone.
And then Martel growls at Pan, and you see smoke emanate from his jaws, and you see little crackles of lightning. And then Pan's like, don't cry about it. That was fair and square. Bahamut just blessed me. And then Martel gets up, and he flips the table. It shatters all the way on the wall. He says, that's bullshit. You have a dragon god. That's not fair. And then Hades chuckles to themselves. And they go over to Martel, and they pat Martel on the shoulder, and they say, I'm just as good as Bahamut. And then Martel says, bullshit, you're a god of the dead. Martel's Bahamut's a dragon. And Pan says, just chose the wrong god. And then Hades looks over at Pan. Martel looks over at Pan.
Oh, Lord.
Oh god.
And they say in unison, do what now?
Like,
And Pan just flips them off.
I'm like, Pan, maybe we should go.
And then Hades looks at Martel. Martel looks at Hades, and they laugh about it. And then Hades dissipates back into the fire. And Martel's like, fuck you. That's not fair. And Pan's like, have fun watching the guild. I'm going to go with my friends.
Martel.
Yeah.
Afterwards, that other
That
dragonborn.
necromancer. Fuck. I haven't forgotten.
We're gonna do
And then
that.
Pan's
thing.
like, wait, there's a necromancer? Martel says, that one's mine. You get this one. I get the necromancer.
It's only fair, Pan. This seems fair.
All right. You can have the necromancer. Martel says, damn right I can have the necromancer. And then he goes back about doing guild business. And then Pan grabs his shield and his warhammer and his helmet and puts his helmet on. And
Karga. I show him another piece of jerky.
Oh,
So
he
falls
after
back up.
Pan put him on the floor, he would have ran back up your leg and up your arm. So he's going to be back under your hood.
Tosses more
And
jerky.
congratulations, you guys now have Pan Halcyon as an NPC for the Royal Hunting Grounds.
Fuck yeah.
So that'll be fun. It'll be
Nice.
fun to be able to play my paladin for a little bit. Who's already level 15, so he won't get any additional XP after this.
Fuck yeah.
And he's got healing abilities.
He does. He's got quite a bit. And Pan says, "Where's Lux?"
Well, she's kind of on her own path now. She's helping Genevieve
Oh,
with the clerics,
oh,
and I think she's decided to part ways with us for now to kind of spend
she's
more
gonna
time.
miss this adventure.
Yeah.
Shit. All right. And then Pan comes up to you. He's like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Denise.
Right.
Denise. Yeah.
I just shake my head and I turn and I walk out the door.
And he watches you walk away. He comes up
Hate
to
to
Ari
see
and
you
he's
go.
like, God, I hate to see her go, but I love to watch her leave. And then Pan comes up to you and he puts his hand in your hair and he ruffles it a little bit and he's like, oh, I've missed you.
I miss you too, Pan.
Well, thanks for bringing me along. Feels like it's been years. Well, for me, it's been years.
And for us, it's been the blink of an eye, man.
Nice.
We
So,
missed you.
where do we got to go?
We got to go to the Barbarians first.
Yeah,
For
we're gonna head
what?
out. We're gonna head out out the city. What did I say? North? What did you say? Hold on, I wrote it down. Yeah, north out the city, and then
Yep,
east.
and then east.
About, to see the Barbarians. About 45 minutes. They're gonna show us how to get into the Royal Hunting Grounds. We have permission to go there, but apparently the Barbarians are the ones that are gonna show us how to get in, and we're gonna hunt the hind. Is what we're doing. If that's
Fuck
what
is
you
a
were.
hind?
It's a mythical deer. It's one of our tasks we have to complete for the gods. They've given us some tasks to do to become gods ourselves.
You're doing favors for the gods?
You call it favors, we
Kind of
call
more
it
for
tasks.
kind of more for their amusement, really.
Yeah, we like to keep them happy. It's fun.
Sounds like it.
They give us. We're favored by a bunch of them, and this is fun.
I'm favored by one, too. She is amazing.
Yeah, so they like us to do
Aphrodite.
stuff. They've given
Aphrodite.
they've given us some tasks. So one of them is to hunt the hind. We have to capture it, so we can't apparently
We can't
kill
just
it.
kill it?
Yeah,
No, we have to capture it
yeah.
for
And
Artemis.
so to give you a little backstory here, the hind is fast and will just run away as soon as it notices us. So we have to be real stealthy and real. We have to really.
Can't you just pass us without trace?
I can.
Oh,
For
okay.
sure, but
Well,
it's
what's
also
the
got
problem?
a great sense of smell. And so it might smell us as well. But I have some deer piss that I bought from the hunter shop. Yeah, I know. I know. But also, we got to do this thing.
Don't want to be covered in deer piss.
That's fine. Do you have? I also have an amulet here that will. What's the word? Zero
Mask?
out my scent.
Mask your scent.
Neutralize.
Neutralize.
Neutralize my scent, and I believe Jelly, you bought one as well. Is that the
Mhm.
thing? Yeah. So me and Jelly were able to buy the 2 amulets that existed that neutralize scent.
Are we going to set a trap for it?
Yeah, I've got like 3 delightful traps. I've also got 10 really badass nets that the hunter shop owner and his wife made. They seemed really proud of them, and they showed us that they tried to cut through them with a knife, and that didn't work out so well. It was sparks and shit. It was pretty good nets. Now this is a mythical deer, but also pretty good nets.
Are you
Those
going to
pretty
hang the
good
nets up above the deer?
I'm thinking we should do that. I'm thinking we should set some traps, but we also have to. Apparently, there's a bramble maze, and everything in this fucking royal hunting grounds will try to kill us, and it's very poisonous. So, I mean,
so
you've
just
got
a
plate
couple
mail.
of you have to deal with that then.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I know you've got the plate mail and whatnot, so maybe not so much, but know that everything in there, and this royal hunting ground is made to protect the hind. So everything is going to try to kill us and keep us from getting this hind. So it's a super challenge. It's a super challenge.
God, I love the sound of this.
Excellent difficulty levels. But we're going to do this. We've got traps. We've got, we've got traps. We've got nets. I've got deer piss.
I'm not putting deer
I love
piss on
it.
myself.
What about bird? You want to smell like a bird?
No.
We're
No,
gonna
I don't.
we're gonna
Have you been to the bass at the mayoral estate? Those are divine.
divine. They are great. We did
You know
go
how
there.
nice it is to have a bath every day?
Yeah, you could smell like a bird and then go take a bath.
Or I could just not smell like a bird.
That's also an option.
Well, you
Do you
can't.
have bait?
You can't smell like you
Well, I was thinking maybe I could be the bait.
unless you want to be the bait.
We were thinking of
Oh,
having Jelly
I
be
can
the
be
bait.
the bait.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Shit, yeah. I can be bait.
So like you're gonna what do you have in mind for being bait? Like what's that look like to you?
Stand in a part of the forest and have you guys corral it towards me? I don't know. What's a hind eat?
I don't know. I feel like it's
Did it? Bindi say flesh?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it likes flesh.
Flesh and blood?
Yes.
Oh, I can cut myself and bleed.
You
That's
can
easy.
do that. I'm worried about the hind and its skittishness, you know? It seems like its main feature is that it's not very sturdy, so we could do some damage, but also at the same time, it likes to run away. So like we got to be stealthy. So maybe if you're bait, it'll go towards you, but we can surround it. But we got to go talk to the barbarians to get into
Yeah.
the royal
Let's
hunting
take
grounds.
first things first, and let's get to the barbarians.
Okay.
I'm just trying to catch Pan up on,
Sure.
on
And
our-
we can think about our trap laying abilities once we get into the forest.
Okay. So there's a maze we got to get through, and I think the hind is near the center of the maze, but
Sounds about
it's,
right.
it's full of poisony thorns and everything
Right.
hates
Yeah, I
us.
wear
Also-
plate mail. I'm not worried about poison thorns.
Also, Oakley told me to stay away from the trees because the trees will try to smother
Yes,
you.
Oakley told
Who's
her that.
Oakley?
He's my new tree friend.
A new tree friend?
Mm-hmm.
You have other tree friends? What have you guys been doing?
Well, she's a druid, you know.
We
She
have
does
our
druid
ways
shit.
All right. When do we go?
right now.
Yeah, we're going now. We're gonna start this thing at least.
All right. Sounds good. Let's go.
I love it.
You guys lead the way.
All right, we head north.
You
North.
don't have a healer? You don't have Lux anymore?
No,
Shit. I got that covered.
Okay.
thanks.
I can keep us healed up.
We love you.
I love you guys.
Big
it's gonna
hug.
be great.
Big hug.
And then Pan gives you a big ol' hug.
I missed you, man.
Gives you a big ol' hug. Did you think I was dead?
No. Yes.
I kept saying Pan's not dead.
I promise. Sorry, I am not.
Okay. I believe you because I see you now.
All right. Lead the way.
I've
And
had
then
I've
Pan
had a weird
will-
life.
Follow you guys to outside to the north of the city.
All right, we head out the city, north,
And
and then we head, what is it, east about
Mhm.
45 minutes to the
45 minutes.
Barbarians. You know, we're just walking.
Do-do,
Uh,
do-do.
And it's
Did it.
nice out. There's a beaten path that goes right to the barbarian camp.
We fast forward 45 minutes.
Yep. You fast forward 45 minutes. You get to what appears to be a big, giant, I guess like it would be, the equivalent would be like a Viking mead house. The
Nice.
fucking rounded ceiling, long halls. I
nice.
forget what those are called. I think they're mead halls or something like that. Fucking, I don't even
Got me,
remember.
Maybe
man.
it's his Great Hall. I
Great
think.
Hall, yeah. And there are about 6 grizzly totems. Not grizzly bear, but grizzly as in like rotted flesh and sinew and bones.
Delicious.
You see some dinosaur skulls that still have their teeth in them. You see rib cage bones.
Love it.
Just that people oh shit, this is probably a guild hall where we don't want to fuck around or fuck with. And the door is wide open, and you hear a lot of shit being broken. You hear singing. You see a couple barbarians getting thrown out the front door. They get up and dust themselves off, and they go back inside the hall. You can hear big weapons breaking tables, and you see a couple axes sticking out of the walls. From the inside, you can see blades on the outside of the Great Hall. Doesn't look like there's anybody to stop you from going inside. But from the barbarians that you have seen, the vast majority of them are averaged about 7.5 feet tall.
Oh, big bastards.
Yes, big bastards. And you guys are all familiar with Conan the Barbarian, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
like red hair. He's lanky, tells weird jokes.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not it. But yeah, they look like they are pretty muscular and bulky. And you guys can walk right into the guild hall. Nobody's going to stop you.
Cool. I do that. I walk in. Oi!
And then there is one barbarian by the door who grabs you by the front of your cloak and spins you along the wall. And then there's a big giant axe that comes right next to your head, sticks into the wall. And she says, "What do you want?"
We're looking for a way to get into the Royal Hunting Grounds. We have permission to go there. We were told that we should come here.
Who gave you permission to go there?
Eris, of course.
Ah. And she lets you go, and she takes her axe out of the wall.
Thanks, baby.
And she walks towards the very, very far end of the Great Hall, sitting in a throne made out of wood and bone,
Of course.
is what appears to be a rather large barbarian female. She has the top half of a Allosaurus skull
Oh,
over
yeah.
her head.
Death by Snoo Snoo.
Yes, kind of. And she's got what appears to be big, large bird feathers that make like a crown sticking straight up out of the back of the skull. She's got a bone necklace of giant raptor claws. And then she's got a wooden and bone just vest that goes over her front. She's in a furry loincloth. And behind her is a massive two-handed hammer, where one end is flat and the other end has like an axe blade that is made out of, looks like really shiny steel if it wasn't crusted and covered in blood. And it's sitting right behind her, and she's sitting there at the end of the hall with her arms on her throne, and she's got her feet kicked up on the table. And there are other barbarians putting grapes into her mouth. And she's taking big old drinks of something in a big old cup. As these other barbarians are throwing shit around you guys and getting into fist fights. They're big, stupid, dumb animals.
Yeah.
But they don't seem to be affected by it too much. Like, they're laying into each other, but not a single one of them is showing any fatigue from the blows that they're taking.
Yeah, they're loving it.
Yeah, that's just what, it's what barbarians do to get off. And the first one that walks all the way to the end of the table, and she leans down and whispers to the barbarian guild leader, who you presume is the guild leader. She whispers in her ear. She says something to her, and then she walks away. And then she motions over to all four of you, Pan and Neith. Well, nope, they don't see Neith. Pan and Ari and Jelsira, and she motions everybody over.
Cool. I go over.
I walk.
And as you guys are walking, you feel a mug hit you in your back.
Love it.
Doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
It's just like somebody would throw it randomly and you were in the crossfire.
I'm suddenly alert for more mugs coming at me because I want to catch one to see if there's anything in it I can drink. If
There
it
will
happens.
There will be when you get a couple more feet down the hall.
I'm alert now. I'm ready
Yeah.
to catch one and drink it.
And then Pan is throwing shit off of the table at the other barbarians, like mugs that are there, and he sees a couple daggers on a table, and he picks them up and wings them in the direction of a barbarian. A dagger comes whizzing towards you.
Ooh, I got deflect missiles. Yes, sir. How's that shit working?
Nice.
Thank you.
And everything is just flying over your head, Jelsira, because you're short and they are tall. So nothing is hitting you. You're getting splashed on by a little bit of ale and a little bit of water and a little bit of, spit and blood as some of these barbarians are fighting each other. But you're not getting hit by or pelted by anything serious or severely. Everything seems to not hit you, or nothing seems to be thrown in the direction where you are standing, because you create void space, and these barbarians are just trying to throw around you to make sure you don't get hit. Go ahead.
Okay, so I can negate 18 damage if it was going to do any of that.
Yeah, I would have done a whole total of like 3 damage.
I can throw it back then.
All right. So you deflect missile back in the opposite direction, or back in the direction where the dagger came. And that dagger hits a rather large barbarian right in the left pectoral muscle and sticks into the skin. And then he looks in your direction and he pulls the dagger out. And then he cheers at you. And he sits at the table and grabs him a drink. He's probably learned that he probably shouldn't throw daggers at you because he didn't expect it to come right back at him. He is big and he is strong, but he doesn't want to get a dagger plucked right back into his chest. Like, it stuck all the way in to the handle, and he just pulled it out.
Deflect missiles. I'm so happy to be able to use it finally.
I'm really nervous and uncomfortable here, but I'm pretending not to be, because I feel like if I want to win the respect, I have to be confident and like
This is fun.
bold.
And then you four get to the end of the table, and the barbarian chieftain, she looks up at you guys, at you, Pan, and Jelsira, doesn't look at you. Nobody even notices you exist. They're too stupid.
I don't exist.
Yep.
Stupid.
And she says, I hear you want into the hunting grounds?
Yes,
You have permission from Eris?
we do.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to hunt the hind.
Really?
We are, yeah.
Huh. The forest was grown to protect the hind.
Mm-hmm.
Who sent you to hunt the hind?
The gods.
Which one?
Artemis.
Artemis sent you to hunt the hind?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Huh.
I
Well,
should really write down on a separate piece of paper all the various tasks and who did it.
then we
Way back here.
have no problems getting you into the royal hunting grounds, if you would like. We would have to leave at dawn, because that is the only time there is an opening into the royal hunting grounds.
Mm-hmm.
That scans.
Tonight, we feast,
Yeah.
we fight,
Okay.
and we fuck. And Pan says, definitely.
Yeah.
And so the barbarian guild leader claps her hands, and everybody gets quiet. Like, shit stops being thrown. Everybody gets quiet. She claps twice. And she stands up, and she is 8.5 feet tall.
Oh, damn.
Pretty muscular.
I just kind of look at her like,
She
wow.
has a commanding presence. Like, even Pan is deferent to her presence, because he is, what, I think 6.5 feet tall? 6'3".
So like a little bit smaller than the Amazonians from Futurama. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
We got to be
But we're
realistic in our fantasy
We're still
game.
thinking definitely. We're still feeling definitely Amazonian from Futurama.
Yeah,
though, but-
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Amazonian women's. Yeah, but and she says, these 3 adventurers seek entry into the royal hunting grounds to hunt the hind. And when she says hind, all of the barbarians start chanting, hind, 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 hind.
Hind.
And
hind,
some of them
hind.
raise their glasses and cheer. And she says, gather a hunting party. Tonight we feast. And she looks at Pan and Ari and Gelsira, and she's like, do you guys hunt?
Oh yeah, we hunt.
Pan's like, I don't. And then she walks right up to Pan, looks down at him, and she says, tonight you hunt. Yes, tonight I hunt. And then she smiles. You can see her smile under her half dinosaur mask head. And she tells other barbarians to get their bows, get their slings, and go hunt some prey, because we're going to feed the Great Hall. And this would be a feat of strength, where you guys would have to go out and hunt. You don't actually have to hunt, because that would just be a waste of time. It would just be a couple survival rolls. Pan can't fail survival rolls. I don't think Jelsira could fail a survival roll. I guess we could always nat 1, but it's going. Oh God, it's 1:21. This hour's almost over already. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
We got like 25 minutes left.
About that, yeah.
About that. So, you three, do you go hunt?
No,
Because you weren't commanded to go hunt.
I was
Nobody
not commanded.
even
I like
knows you're there.
when they all go outside. I like look around for like a chair, like a log, or like a stump.
Unreal.
There are a couple large stones that you could sit on.
What kind of
I'm gonna
topography
go
are we
in.
hunting through?
You're going to be
Go
hunting
ahead,
through
just sit down and just
plains.
wait for them to come back.
So the things you're going to be hunting are elk and buffalo-like creatures. The hunting party will assign you, Jelsira, and Pan to the elk, and the barbarians will hunt the buffalo.
I definitely pass without trace, get up on an elk and slit its fucking throat like a G.
Oh. Do you pass without trace the whole party or just yourself?
That's the whole party, yeah.
Okay. So Pan and Ari and Jelsira are passed without trace, and they find a herd of elk. There are a couple large males with rather large antlers. With pass without trace, the elk don't even acknowledge your presence. Some of them stick their heads up, and you can see their nostrils flare. It seems like they can smell something, but they can't see what it is that they're smelling. So they just go back to grazing. You said you slit one's throat,
Yeah.
and
Jump
you
on its back.
do quite easily. And then Pan takes his warhammer and smashes one of its heads as it was grazing. How would you like to kill your elk? Hunting is a way of life.
That's-
It's a circle of
yeah.
life, baby. It's perfectly natural. There's
Yeah.
a whole great hall that has to eat.
Yeah.
And you've seen the grizzly statues that they have at the guild hall. You can be rest assured nothing will go to waste because you saw her armor was made out of bone. A lot of other barbarians' armor is made out of bone. They will use 100% of whatever you guys kill
Bone
if
in
you
the
had
night.
any reservations.
Especially
So-
the poop in their colons.
I have an ability alter or Thousand Forms, which is basically I can cast alter self at will. At any point, one of the abilities is to grow natural weapons. One of them being a claw, if I want.
Yeah.
So I go up to one of them and I just claw like right under its like chin.
Under its chin and neck.
Yep. Mhm.
Kill it. Bleed
Just-
it out right there.
Yeah.
Nice. It dies instantly. When you claw its throat out, all of that blood runs out of the neck. Good job. Of the three elks that you have, you and Ari's are the most nicely preserved kills. Pan's bashed skull elk. The skull is no longer of much use, and the brains have been bashed out of its head. But Pan picks his elk up and puts it on his shoulders like a fireman carry. And you could do the same.
Oh, yeah.
You could pick yours up and put it over your shoulder like a fireman carry. Karga will go onto the elk and start nibbling at the exposed flesh in the neck where you slit its throat.
That's fine. There's plenty of it.
And then how are you going to carry your elk? Because Pan and Ari both have an elk on their shoulders as they're going to firemen's carry their elks.
I guess I could wild shape into an elephant and use my
Tusk
tusk
to carry it?
Yeah. Mhm.
Like a bassinet?
Yep.
Yeah, you absolutely can do that.
The
That's-
magic healing tusks.
Yep, that's what I do.
Pan will help. He will throw his elk on your tusks, and then he will pick up your elk and put it over his shoulders. What he has done is made it look like your elk has the bashed in skull, and it looks like he has the clean throat rip kill.
Typical Pan.
Typical Pan. Yep. And then you guys can walk back to the Great Hall. And as you three make it back to the Great Hall, the other hunting party of barbarians are already there with their buffalo. They make it back at about the same time you guys do. They've actually just roped its legs onto some sticks, and they just put the sticks on their shoulders, and they just walked back with the buffalo dangling between them.
What's up, dogs?
Hey, welcome back.
Thank you.
That is an impressive kill.
Thank you.
Well done.
Oh, yeah.
And then they look at Pans and they say, that is an impressive kill.
I'm just-
Well done.
I'm just shaking my head. Just
And
fuming.
they look at the elephant and they say, you brought us back an elephant to eat too?
Oh no.
No. That's our friend,
You're friends with an elephant?
Yeah, she's magic. She's
You
that.
have a magic elephant?
Yes, basically. She's that halfling that was with us before. She can turn into an elephant.
They look at each other and they look at you and they say, halflings aren't elephants.
Yeah, don't eat that elephant. Is what I'm
I
saying.
had wild shape,
Oh, okay.
and then I'm assuming the
The elk falls.
yeah, it's
And they
But we did bring back that elk.
They look at it and they're like, bash its brains in. Clean, painless kill. Well done.
oh
And then
thank
Pan's
you.
like, God damn it. That was mine.
Classic.
And they say, no, that's hers.
Yep.
I'm like, yep, that's right, that's mine.
I
That was
saw it.
all mine, all me.
We can't use the skull or the brains, but good, clean, painless kill.
Thank
well
you.
done.
Thank
Died
you.
instantly. How'd you
Mhm.
crack its skull?
Oh, I just stepped on it with my elephant foot.
That makes sense. And the blow to the head would be reminiscent of blunt force trauma to the head,
Mm-hmm.
because Pan used his warhammer, and elephants have big, huge fucking feet.
Yep.
So, yeah, they believe 100% that you smashed on its skull and killed it instantly and painlessly. It died the cleanest, most painless death of everything of the three elks that came back. And then Pan hangs his head and he grumbles to himself and he's like, God damn it, that was my fucking kill.
I said, ha 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 ha. She's a savage, this one.
They look at you and they're like, there's no way you're that savage.
Oh,
You're small.
She is, though.
Hey, speaking of savage, when do we get to eat? I'm hungry.
After we cook it.
Oh, okay.
Don't tempt them to eat it raw.
And
Gross.
there are a couple spits that have been set up. And there are a couple younger children that begin skinning the buffalo. And the three of us get to make survivor rolls to see how well we can skin our elks.
I was hoping.
So we have 3 survivor rolls that we need to make. The DC on the survivor roll is 10. You have to get 2 successes on your 3 rolls for a clean skin where you don't waste any of the meat. And then the pelt could still be used for leather and tanning and armor. So let's go ahead and make our survivor rolls. Oh, Pan got an 18. You guys do get your modifiers.
Okay.
So your roll plus your modifiers at least 10.
Okay, I got a 12.
11?
13,
I got a nat 20.
2, 3. Pan failed his third roll, but his first 2. Your skin, you successfully passed all 3. Did
Nat
you pass all 3?
And I
Nat
got a
20.
and I got a nat 20 on my second one.
13. So 11, nat 20, and 13. I used
So-
3 luck points as well.
Of your guys' skins, of the 3 of us, you 2 have the cleanest skins. Pan failed on his third roll, but passed the first 2. So there is a little bit of rib meat that's still attached to the skin. But the barbarians come over and they look at your elks and they nod approvingly. And they just pick the skins up and fling them over your shoulders. Blood and shit splatters over their shoulders because they don't fucking care. And they take the skins over back behind the Great Hall where the tanning racks and shit are, because now these need to dry and tan where they can turn them into armor and other things of that nature. And one barbarian come. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say I had my claws out to make the final cut. And then as the barbarians are, taking the elk, I just kind of like lick the blood off the claws just to kind of
Power
to kind of
move.
impress them a little bit.
Power move. They whistle. She's savage.
Yep.
And they come over to Pan and they give him a little bit of shit. And they say, you lost some rib meat. I'm not a skinner. What do you want me to do? We want you to skin better. Fuck you guys. And a couple of them come up to Pan, and they are about a foot taller than he is. And they point right in his chest, and they say, fuck you, little man. And then Pan pushes their hands away in disgust because he doesn't skin animals. He's not very good at it. And he will carry his elk over to the spits. He'll carry his elk over to the spit to start roasting it. The barbarians are going to expect you 2 to do the exact same.
Yep.
Pan will come over and assist with yours.
Okay, thanks, Pan.
Yep, happy to help.
I heft mine up, take it over to the spits. secure it to the whatevers and the fires and shit.
And then they will skin and cook the buffalo. The elks will be cooked. They will apply lemongrass and sage and barley.
Oh, yeah.
And they will have salt and pepper they will use to season the meat. It's going to be really, really good meat. And then they're just slowly spinning. There's a couple younger barbarians on each side, slowly rotating and cooking the meat to perfection. Then
Fat dripping down.
Yeah, the fat drips down onto the fire, and they let that fat burn back up. And the fire is, nice wood chips, not coal, so it's going to be smoked. And then a couple other barbarians will bring out big, huge cask of beer.
Let's go, champ.
They will pull off of top shelves, and they will bring them outside. They don't really have any instruments that they can play. Some will just sing and dance as they tap the kegs, and you guys can have a beautiful, wonderful evening of feasting and eating.
I do that thing.
And you're fucking if you want. There are some barbarians that will try. There are a couple men that will try to sleep with you if you were interested. And Pan goes off to hit on a couple female barbarians. Knowing him, he is charismatic as ever. It seems more charismatic now than he was before, but that's because he was blessed by Aphrodite, and with her favor, he's got advantage on charisma rolls, intimidation, or swooning, whatever. So he always gets his proficiency bonus on charisma rolls, and he's got advantage.
My heart still belongs to Electo, but I will enjoy the drink with the barbarians and have a good time.
All right. And unless anybody else wants to do anything, Neith, are you going to eat and drink?
I am, but I'm going to stay,
Yeah,
make
nobody
sure
will bother you.
Nobody
They're too
notices
dumb
I'm
to
there.
know you're there.
Perfect.
Nobody is
Just
sitting
going to go
on that
in,
stone.
help myself.
Nobody's sitting on that stone where somebody would normally sit. It's just like nobody wants to sit on that stone where you're at.
Nice.
Yeah, so if you guys don't have anything special you want to do, we can fast forward to the next morning.
Nope, I'm just eating and just trying to out-eat some of the other barbarians.
You can.
And I'm eating it off the claws, just...
Nice. Like you're using your claws as forks.
Mm-hmm.
Other barbarians are just using forks.
Who's the barbarian
But
now?
they're
That's
impressed
right.
that you have your own natural forks.
Mm-hmm.
She's not an elephant.
No.
You're not an elephant.
Nope, but I can be.
And you have claws.
That's right.
What are you?
I'm a druid.
Oh, you don't understand magic.
That's okay, you don't have to.
I meditate before I go to sleep.
Oh, okay. And Pan goes off with a couple female barbarians off to their little huts and tents. Pan is not going to meditate before he goes to sleep. He's going to fuck before he goes to sleep. Both of the barbarian chicks.
Well done.
Yeah, because Pan, that's his flaw.
Neat just goes to sleep.
Nobody bothers you.
I say a little prayer to Ares, and then I go to sleep.
Nice. Well done. So the next morning comes, well, the next day at least. You all are stirred awake by the barbarian guild hall leader, and she sends a couple other barbarians to go look for Pan, and you guys are abruptly stirred. The sun isn't up yet, and when Pan comes stumbling out with his armor and stuff, he looks like he's hungover. And he stinks of smoke and sex and meat. He puts his helmet on, and she says, we need to make it to the entrance before day breaks. We have a short period of time to make it there. And we've got to go over that ridge to get to the entrance of the hunting grounds.
And you're probably going to need this amulet
Why?
to cover up the stench you've got coming off of you. It's going to give us away.
Oh, smart thinking.
Here.
And you give it to Pan?
Yeah.
There is no stench coming off of him
Nice.
whatsoever.
Sweet.
There's not any smell. There is the absence of smell.
Yeah.
That's how we know it works.
Nailed it.
And Pan says, I still stink to hell. Are you sure this works?
Well, we
Yeah,
don't.
no,
we
this
don't smell
works.
you.
You can't smell me?
Mm-mm.
Do you know Bindi?
No.
Oh, Bindi's this awesome magician in the Aspasia. She
Oh.
made these amulets.
And we got a couple of them?
Yep.
Oh. And you gave one to me?
Yep.
Oh, thank you. Good
You're
looking out.
welcome. I'm gonna probably wear the deer piss.
Is Cedric with me?
Cedric's always with
Okay. Okay. Good.
I'm not gonna put it on my cloak, but on my body, where it can be washed off later. Also, Hephaestus can help me out if I.
And the Barbarian Guildhall leader is continuing to walk without you guys. She just seems to be going in a direction to go over the ridge to get to the entrance.
I follow her then.
She wasn't wasting any time. She
Yeah.
wasn't kidding.
Yep.
She's before the sun breaks, we have to get to the
I
entrance.
jog to catch up.
And nobody has woken you up because nobody
Ah,
knows
fuck.
that you're there.
Oh no.
And
I don't
Pan-
hear them.
No. Pan was hungover and drunk and forgot that you were there.
God damn it.
And he started to walk off
Thanks,
with
guys.
the Barbarian Guildhall leader.
Do I notice Neith isn't with us?
Do you want to notice Neith isn't with you?
Mm-hmm.
Then yes, you notice Neith isn't there.
I'm like, oh no, I gotta
You
go
could
wake
take
up
a head
Neith.
count and be like, oh shit, there's only 3 of us.
Yeah. Shoot. Okay, I run back to the guild to get Neith.
Maybe you should like fly on your broomstick.
Or just send Cedric with an animal
that's
message.
a good idea. Okay, I do that. Yes, I do that.
So an owl
Oh,
flies
God.
into the Great Hall, looks around, and speaks to you telepathically and says, I don't see her.
Shoot. But don't we have Harris Embrace? Or I do.
Yeah, you
and,
do.
And by proxy, you do, right? I thought that was a thing. Maybe
I don't
not.
know. Try.
Oh, I don't think it is.
I think she's on top of a stone. Go around. Is there like a stone?
So Cedric hops around on the table to look
He
through a
can't see
stone.
me.
I know, but maybe
Focus up,
if he could like go to, I don't know, maybe feel you. I don't know.
Are you going to attempt to use Hera's embrace and see through Cedric's eyes?
Mm-hmm.
I need you to make an animal handling roll, please.
Oh, okay. I'm proficient in that.
Oh, yeah. Proficiency bonus applies.
Oh, 12.
That'll be enough.
Okay, good.
So you stop walking for a moment as your vision is no longer your vision. You can see inside the Great Hall, and you can see what Cedric sees. Gelsira has lost her vision, so she can't see her surroundings, but she can see through Cedric's eyes. And on the stone is a purple aura, but all you see is the aura.
Cedric, she's right on top of that stone.
And then Cedric tilts his head, and as he tilts his head, your vision tilts.
Nice.
And he says in your mind, are you sure?
As-
I don't see anything.
Yeah, I'm positive that's her.
Dive bomb. Dive bomb.
And then Cedric hops off the table and goes over to the stone, and he can't seem to hop on the stone.
Right, because Neith is on it.
Huh. And then he's trying really, really hard
Am I
to
feeling
hop
an
on the stone.
Owl trying to hop on me.
You actually are feeling something that appears to be trying to hop on you, but just can't quite land. But you feel little tiny eagle claws on your cloak and on your body before he mystically seems to be shoved away from your void space. So yeah, you can absolutely feel it. And Cedric doesn't seem to notice it. He's like, I can't jump on this rock. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I think that just keep trying, and then I think Neith is gonna I think you're gonna get her attention.
And he'll keep trying. Bless his little owl heart.
And then all of a sudden I start, waving my arms and I sit up real quick. I'm like, what is, and I start yelling out work curses.
Oh! And you can see through Cedric's eyes, you see Neith shimmer in and out of existence for a moment before she stops shimmering and she's whole. And then Cedric now sees you and he jumps on your lap. And he's like tugging at your cloak with his little tiny owl beak. And he's like trying to pull you out the direction of the door.
I'm like, hey, get off me. Stop pulling on the cloak. Stop pulling on the cloak.
And then he hops off and he says, she's awake, but I can't get her to come.
I recognize him as Cedric.
Yeah, you've seen Cedric
Okay.
before.
Cedric, is that you?
And then he hoots at you a couple times.
I look around.
Ooh.
Where'd they all go?
And then he hops and turns around 180 degrees and like points with one of his raptor claws out the door.
Oh, Lord. And I go follow him.
Sweet. He takes to the air and flies, and he will lead you right to Jelsira, who is standing perfectly motionless in the middle of this field. And your vision is still with Cedric.
Yeah, I get my vision back.
Oh, okay. And then there is a moment where your senses are a little discombobulated. You see Cedric looking at your back, and as you end the vision connection with Cedric, there's like this crazy feeling like you've gone up and down a hill really fast. As that feeling you get in your tummy when you go up and down a hill really fast.
Mhm.
You kind of feel that as your sense of vision comes back to you.
When it gives you a boner.
Yeah, that's the one. And Cedric lands on your shoulder, and he nuzzles you, and in your head, you hear him say, "I did good. I found it."
Oh, thank you so much, Cedric.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
You
Hey,
can
Neve.
now share all 5 senses with Cedric.
Nice.
Oh, that
I
come in
love
handy
that.
for some out-of-body
So
sex shit.
Yep.
sight, touch, sound, taste, and feel.
Nice.
The bad thing is when you are sharing your senses with Cedric, you lose all perception of Gelsira,
Mm.
and you are essentially in Cedric. You can see,
And-
hear, feel everything that he can feel, but that leaves your body in a perilous state where you don't have any knowledge of your surroundings.
So I'm like a
Extremely-
warg, like in Game of Thrones.
Murderable.
Yeah, it's like warging. Yeah, it's just like warging.
Nice. Well, we better catch up with the group.
Arcor,
Hey, Neve.
you have some strange ways of waking people up.
Well, I was
One
afraid.
time it was snow over your head.
I forgot about that.
This time it's a little owl trying to jump on you but couldn't.
Goodness. Where are we going?
We got to go.
Was there rain or water at one time, I feel like?
Probably.
I don't even remember all of them.
Gotta stop being invisible, weirdo.
Are we still with the? Is the group still?
You've caught up to Pan and
Okay.
Ari and the Barbarian
Okay.
Guild Hall leader.
I'm like, Neve, we're gonna go into the forest now.
And she brings you to a large gray stone arch. You can't see anything beyond the arch. You just see the arch. You don't see anything on the other side of the arch. If you were to look around the edges, you don't see anything. If you were to look around the other edge, you don't see anything. You could walk all the way 360 degrees around this arch, and all you see is the arch and the wooden doors. And then the Barbarian Guild Hall leader takes her hammer, axe thing, and she knocks on the door 3 times. And with the third knock, the doors begin to shake and rattle, and they begin to open outwards. And as the doors open outwards, there are vines that start to creep out through or on the ground. You can hear birds chirping and cicadas singing, and you smell fresh greenery, aloe, pine, beautiful, lively forest. You see the sun breaking through a tree canopy inside the doors. Outside the doors, it is still dark. You don't see anything around the doors, but through the doors, you see what would be the royal hunting grounds. And she says, "Here's your way in. We will know if you need to come back out.
Nice.
This is your one way in and your one way out.
Hmm.
I will keep a couple barbarians posted here. Knock 5 times when you're ready to come out. No more, no less.
5 times. Okay.
Granted, the doors will only open before dawn breaks on this side. So while you're in there, get oriented with the time. Make a nature roll, everybody, Pan included. Pan did not make his nature roll.
Oof. 5.
You did not make your nature roll.
20.
20?
Not a nat 20, but it is a
Just
20.
20? Nice. So
10.
you didn't make your nature roll.
Fuck yeah.
So with where
Okay, hold on. Why is it Neath?
I don't fucking know.
I'm the one with the intuition with magic.
So with the intensity of the sun and the way the beams are coming through the trees, you can probably formulate that it is probably roughly what would appear to be 10 a.m.-ish inside the Royal Hunting Grounds, where it is like 5:30, 6 o'clock-ish outside, because there's no sun yet in the sky. So it's still dark. You can see the twilight of where the sun is going to break, but the sun is clearly already up in the Royal Hunting Grounds. So
there seems to be about a 5-hour difference between the outside of these walls and the inside of these walls.
In which way?
Wow, it's perceptive of you, Neith.
What's wrong with you?
Like it's 5 hours. It's 5 hours earlier in here.
No, it's like 5 hours later in there.
Nice.
Oh, I'm familiar with that time difference.
How so?
It's not much different than when we're beyond the mist. Granted, it's like 5 hours in a year, but yeah, it's about 5 hours. Sounds about right.
Magic hunting grounds?
The Royal Hunting Grounds.
Royal.
And as you guys are standing outside the doors talking, the sun begins to peek up over the mountains behind you guys, and the doors slowly start to close.
Oh, no.
And the Barbarian Guildhall leader picks up Gelsira, and she picks up Pan and throws you two through the door. She picks up Ari by his shoulders and throws you through the door.
Come on, Neith.
I do like a running and then like tumble.
Nice.
And then you get
Dive.
through. And then you guys, as all four of you look back out the door, you see the Barbarian Guildhall leader. She has a smile on her face, and as the sun breaks over the horizon, the doors close all the way behind you, and then all you see is the arch with the doors, and then on each side is thick vegetation. There are crawling vines going up and down, and the sound of nature and animals all around you. And that'll do us for this episode of Some Would Play. Listen next time as we begin the hunt for the hind. Thanks for listening, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to Some Would Play, a production of the Outsanity Network. Join us again next week as the story continues. Find us online at www.somewouldplay.com and be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter at SomeWouldPlay. Deborah is at Sonyataki. Rico is at R1C0. Daphne is at Dafterthought, and I am Psychedelic M. If you enjoy the show, please tell your friends and share it with others. And remember, in real life, you needn't roll for initiative, so just seize it.